We are going to use Charmante Swan fabric and make children's long dress. We need to tailor the front and back bodice and tailor this fabric in the central line direction. You have to tailor 1 centimeter of the margin to seam the back bodice. Make 7 centimeters of away in the underneath of the back bodice. Tailor the front side in the same way. Cut the frill which is underneath the dress in the bias direction. Tailor 7 centimeters, including the margin to seam. Tailor 2 to 2.5 times of the skirt wide in order to pleat a skirt. Make a lap facing in order to fix into the open part. Arrange the 3 other sides by overlocking it and excluding the upper part of the back lap facing. Fold 1 centimeter from the back slit and put on a button. It takes 1 centimeter. And put a ribbon. It takes 2 to 3 centimeters to put a ribbon. Fix the back lap facing and sew it by spacing 0.5 centimeters. Turn over the lag facing by ironing it out and sewing it in the letter T shape. When making a crease, you have to change it into a wrinkled 노루발, which is a 2 triangular piece under the metal handle of a plow blade, and make the size of the sewing part bigger. We are going to connect the dress, which we put creases into it to the bodice. So please sew the outer part of the dress and the outer side of the bodice and sew it. So when the dress is larger than the bodice, you have to make dense creases and sew it. You have to fix the middle part of the bodice and dress. Sew the front part and back part of the shoulder part in 1 centimeter's length and overlock it. Divide the front sleeve and back sleeve and connect the front sleeve from the front end to the back of the sleeve and sleeve line and connect it at once with 1 centimeter of a margin to seam. And when the sewing needle work from the side of the dress from the end to the side, armpit, and sleeve, organize it by overlocking it. Fold and sew the end of the sleeve 2 times and finish it, and then put the rubber band in a cylindrical way and can make the sleeve with shirring. The size of the rubber band should be 15 centimeters, including the margin to seam. Now we are going to make the frill in the dress. Make the frill long enough and fold the crease and connect it to the hemline of the dress. Organize the back side of the margin to seam by overlocking it. Make the frill fabric 2 sizes bigger than the width of the dress. Organize the hem by fold rolled sewing one end of the frill. Fold the crease in the other sides of the dress. We are going to connect the frill to the dress to make it pretty. When the frill is bigger than the dress, you have to make both sides of the dress and frill so that it fits together well. Organize the margin to seam of the frill and dress neatly by overlocking it. Now we are going to organize the next size with 3 centimeters of bias and put the bodice and bias from side to side and leave 1 centimeter of the margin to seam of the bias and sew 1 centimeter of it according to the next size. After fixing the bias, leave the leftover margin to seam and fold it twice so that the bias of the bodice is not seen and sew it following the end line. Then sew the buttonhole. Fix the button on the opposite side of the buttonhole and sew it. Finish it by sewing it 2 times to the inner side of the ribbon. The dress was finished after putting the ribbon and button on.